Okay, so Katie, tell me, has your profession affected the quality of your dating life? Hi, Pillow Talk family. It's your sister Maliaka, and tonight we have a special guest for our first episode. Let me introduce you to Katie C. Hi, thank you for being here so much.
Of course, thanks for inviting
me.
me.
Yes, so Katie is known as the Healing Queen. If you have never seen any of her, if you have never seen any of her videos, any of her creative work pieces, please go check her out on Instagram and all social media platforms. Nice. So Katie, let's get into it one time.
Oh, okay.
Sex and simulation is the topic. There are many ways to empower women. Why choose this specific way to impact women?
I can answer that question in many ways. If you look at it from the dance aspect, dance, and more specifically teaching dance, feels like home. And I know that sounds very cliche, but anybody who has found their purpose in life would completely understand when I say I feel in my purpose standing in front of a class teaching men and women, but my brand is catered to women, on those who identify as women, dance.
Wow,
specifically heels, because that was the one style that I was able to find the two styles that I had most fun doing meshed in one. So that's why I chose that route in terms of the dance aspect of it. In terms of the human aspect of it, I think heels, as much as it has a very hypersexualized stigma to it, I do think heels is one of the styles that encourages the dancer to tap into emotions and sides of themselves that they probably would not have been able to tap into in regular life. One, has been told to suppress those sides and those emotions. Two, I think you have to be so vulnerable with yourself first, in a style such as heels. And to define what empower means, basically means to make somebody powerful or confident. So when I looked at what I wanted to do with my life, I knew it was always teaching dance, but I knew that I wanted to teach with a message, move with a message. And taking all those variables into consideration, that I resonated with heels, I resonated with teaching dance. I wanted to empower women, because I also felt as a woman there were things that I were told to, hey, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not the way you're supposed to be. And I did not want any woman within my circle that I could reach to feel that way, to feel stifled, to feel helpless in terms of expressing themselves. So I really wanted to create a safe, non-judgmental space for women to explore all sides of them that they may have been told, hey, this is not okay to explore. And I mean, I could go on and on about this topic, because again, when you think about empowered, confidence is related to it, and being sexy is a byproduct of being confident. So I know a lot of people, because unfortunately there's the word sex in it, thinks it's correlated to sex. I mean, we can go down that road as well, but sexy is just another emotion like happy. So what may make you happy? Maybe getting up 6 a.m. in the morning. I'd be like, sis, no, roll over and get up at 9 a.m.
But when did you realize that this is your calling, this is what you wanted to do?
When?
How did you know this is what you wanted to do?
So I was in New York training, and I accidentally stepped into a heels class, and I loved.
How does one accidentally step into a heels class?
So what had happened was the quick math. So the school I was training in, you had to do a certain amount of credits, right? And I did the commercial route. So you had a certain number of types of dance classes to do. And I was behind on those credits, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna take the next commercial class, and my advisor said, oh, okay, well, it's this class with Shirley Quigley at so and so time. Okay, cool, no beans. Walked in and everybody is like in heels, and she taught the class from not only a dancer's point of view, but from a human point of view and from a woman's point of view.
Wow.
So when she did all of that, I went, this is what I want to be doing in my life. Now I knew it was always dance, I just didn't know how.
Right.
So she was the one that actually put it on my heart and made it possible that I could actually pave a way to use my platform of dancing and my training of dancing and my knowledge of teaching in a positive way for women.
I get that, and I feel you, and I respect that so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I honestly wish I could have that confidence. I know I can once I put my mind to it. It's just to get my butt up and just say, listen, go and own it. Like, you know?
No, a lot of people think confidence is a personality trait when it really is a skill. And like any skill, you practice.
For sure.
So you definitely can work on it and become confident and become empowered and impact.
I will.
You know, other women in your circle. And that's really what, because I know I can never reach every woman. So those who are in Healing Queens, my hope is that they take what they learn and what they observe and what they explore and what they discover about themselves and ripple effected into their lives. It's not about making people into professional dancers. I mean, if that's your intention, great. But if your intention is I want to be able to stand up to my boss, and I got the confidence in Katie's class, in Healing Queens, you can do that.
For sure. Okay, so Katie, tell me, has your profession affected the quality of your dating life?
This question seems cleverly constructed.
Yeah.
I will say yes, both positively and negatively. Negatively because, well, first of all, I am the common denominator in the quality of my dating life, right? So
I'm glad that you could see that and take ownership. Not much people could do that, you know. It takes
took a while.
Of course. Like,
it took a while to come to the self-awareness.
I'm sure.
But we here. We is here. But so I am the common denominator in the quality of my dating life, right? Negatively because I do think if person that I'm dating or people that I'm dating just sees what I place on social media, have no interest really in me and anything of substance, and I will say it negatively impacted me a bit because I was letting external factors pressure me into how I dated. So external factors like, you're a woman of 30, you should be settling down, you should be thinking about family, those ovaries are drying up, hello. Right. So that definitely affected the way that I entered the dating process. Now I'm just like, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm cruising down the easy highway, like whatever happens, it happens. Now I'm enjoying the dating process. People that I do date, they support me, they push my brand, they believe in the brand, like they help me come up with ideas, they're intentional. So I'm just enjoying the dating process and having fun. So positively and negatively.
For sure. Do you think you have learned a lot about yourself from these experiences?
From dating?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean...
And like in what way? Give me an example.
I realized that I am more considerate than I thought I was. I knew I'm a considerate person. Like I'm always microanalyzing. Okay, if I did this, how this would affect this person, and maybe that's maybe too much. I had a situation where I was being a little more considerate than I should have been. So it really made me take a step back and be like, am I actually being considerate? And also, there are two people involved in this situation. So I need to be considerate to you, and I need to be considerate to me. Are these actions considerate to both parties? So
I think that's just the right way of being.
Yeah, it's just being human, basically.
The right way of being a human. I mean, I know we speak of having right way subjectively. There's right and wrong is subjective, you know, but I think if it is, you can think of someone else, put yourself in another person's shoe, and maybe think of how that person might feel and how you could affect that person. It's very important.
Yeah, I've definitely had to learn how to just cut off.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who's easily just cut you off.
Don't get me
I have
wrong.
definitely learned how to cut off.
Don't get me wrong. You can experience a lot of hurt and betrayal and pain, everything by putting others first.
Yeah.
So like you said, so you need to know, like, just generally speaking now, we need to know our boundaries.
Yeah.
And that is something I struggle with as well. So I understand where you're coming from with being so selfless.
Yeah.
And you know, it
Yeah,
is.
what I can't remember where I read this, but I feel like everybody knows this. Raising your standards protects you from low quality experiences. So I've definitely put that into action.
Know your worth. Know your worth.
And add tax.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Katie, this was a very interesting conversation. I learned so much.
Oh, I could talk hours. We could talk behind
come
cameras.
on. We can.
I could talk hours about
I would
this thing.
definitely love to get more in depth about this with you.
Sure.
You know, but of course, time. We are there at that point of time where we come to an end. So this was Pillow Talk, fam. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next show. Take care. Bye.